Why, hello there. Super Cold Open. How are you all? Yay! The kazoo is on there, but there's a gap where I take a breath and then start over. And I think that may be what we thought there was the gap. Oh, it's Tuesday. It is the 12th. So it says up there. Show number 168. I actually have a plan for today. We are going to do a song that I wrote last year and actually recorded as a 4-part doo-wop song, but I'm going to try and do it like live show thing in a bit. So we'll see how that goes. We're coming up on tomorrow will be 1 week until I am free to leave the house again, more or less. I got the notification on Wednesday of last week, so 1 week, and then after that, I will be able to leave this building again. It's one thing when you're kind of shut in because everybody's shut in, but when you're shut in shut in with your beloved, and you both just can't go nowhere, it can get a little twitchy. You can stay on your property and just not go out. So, I mean, I can go check the mail, but I can't, like, go to a store or any place other people are at. So, a little goofy right now, but I'm sure we'll all be fine. Which is why I'm going to start today's show with this one. Yeah, I think so. It's one of my faves. Let's make sure this is actually tuned. I was wrapped up in actually doing, like, work things for the day job and did not do all the tuning and prep stuff beforehand. I got all the cards and stuff done. I got this set up and the song title. Does it seem a little dim to you with this? I mean, I think it might be. Let me tweak this just a tad before we get into the song. I mean, after all, it's not really. There we go. It's not really a Troubadork show unless we have some kind of technical fiddling about. There. Yeah. Platypus, postman. Platypus, postman. Neither rain nor snow nor sleet nor hail can make the platypus postman fail. Even in a flood he's still not stuck, 'cause the platypus postman swims like a duck. Platypus postman. Platypus postman. Even through the mud they can't be beat, yeah, they never sink because of their wet feet. Not a dog will chase him or leave a mark, 'cause the hounds are too darn confused to bark. Platypus postman. Platypus postman. In the gloom of night he'll safely walk, 'cause the platypus postman glows in the dark. It's the darndest thing that you've ever seen, 'cause the postman's bioluminescent green. Science! Platypus postman. Platypus postman. In the coldest rain they won't demur, they're protected by their thick coarse fur. Of all the post carriers on the scene, only one of them is a monotremes. That's hard to rhyme. Platypus postman. Platypus postman. do this song for hours. Platypus, postman, that didn't scan. Platypus, postman. Ooh, pretty ending. Ah, much better. All right, well, I already feel better. You may notice I am playing a lot of the hits. Quote, hits. Concerning the fact that I've only been doing this since last March, a lot of these songs are still relatively new. But a lot of them are songs that I really dig. And they're songs that make me feel good, and I think that's pretty much what we need. Feeling good sometimes has some different connotations to it. I think Platypus Postman is a very peppy, light, frothy, fluffy. Yes, we're being silly, and we darn near sure know it. There are some other songs. I've got, an entire angry suite. Hot take from my truck. Somebody is wrong on the internet. Mansplaining in Florida. The one I'm currently writing about, Operation, Enduring Cletus, that happened at the Capitol, which basically is called And Then We Win, because it really demonstrates a complete lack of forethought on the part of the people that were doing it. We're going to break in, we're going to mess things around, we're going to smear our excrement all over the walls, and then we win. How? I don't know. We just do. It's the same kind of logic that fourth grade bullies have, and I know a few things about being bullied in the fourth grade, and I'm sure some of y'all do too. This next song is a little bit more low-key. This is a song that was inspired by Teppo, one of my Patreon peeps. Our Man in Finland, as a matter of fact. The Man in Our Man in Finland, the song that I have done before. And it is based on a post that he made to social media where he took a snapshot of this station right here. I think it was early this last year, and it was snowing. And he actually put in the caption title, "It's snowing in Helsinki." And I looked at that, and I was just started to do this whole making up songs thing again with any kind of seriousness. And I thought that is the most Warren Zevon song lyric I have heard in a long time. I am a big fan of Warren Zevon. All of his stuff, really. And it got me to thinking maybe I can write a Warren Zevon song. Step 4, profit. Yes, exactly. I don't think there's any profit to be had by those people right now. Because Warren Zevon was this guy who just wrote these songs. Even his most, genuinely, frothy, making crap up as we go along, Werewolves of London, there's still this ferocious intellect behind it. Even when it's free, and he said right up front, it's free association. It's him and a guy literally riffing off each other in a dressing room after some gig. So this song right here became a Warren Zevon song. It features my nemesis, the B-flat chord. Transitions are always obnoxious. I have to practice it. So I want you to imagine. Really? Is that out of tune? That's why. See? I'm totally out of whack here. I want you to imagine for a moment that this song is set in some bar somewhere. And it's late. And a guy is having a conversation with his beverage. And he's not angry. And he's not sad. He's just tired. It's snowing in Helsinki. And raining hard on the Zeta Z. And all the socialists are drinking. Been moaning what's become of me. The trains are running slow in Cairo. The taxi stalled in Trafalgar Square. They all seeking my revival. Sad to say, they won't find it there. Bridge. Don't have words yet. We might not. Eventually, this might turn into a solo. You know, it's honestly, if I had a keyboard, this would be almost perfect as a Zevon song. I'd have to learn how to play the keyboard. Well, thank you. It's impossible to fathom the depths to what I've sunken in. So I'll just fight on like my father, that I'll just take it on the chin. Snowing in Helsinki, raining hard on the Zeta Z, and all the socialists are drinking. They're moaning what's become of me. That may be the prettiest I've done that song. Yeah, that was really an abrupt transition. I feel good. Thank you, Brem Station. Thank you, Grace. Hey, Grace, how are you? Welcome to the party. I've been doing this for a while. I don't have any real justification for it aside from, I needed to do some regular performing, and looks like folks could actually use just this happens Monday through Thursday, about 4:30 to about 5 o'clock. Sometimes longer, sometimes shorter, but we're going to do it. That is the one of the most soulful tunes I've ever written, considering the fact that I haven't actually been writing tunes for very long, seriously, like thinking about it. I did say, I tell people, see, I've been a magician for 18 years, but when I tell people that I'm a magician, the first thing they usually say is, oh really, what instrument do you play? I had to learn how to play this one in self-defense. So, the next song is lighter, peppier, frothier, sillier. Guaranteed. Assuming I can get this thing to come up. Let me see if I can find it here. It's in here. I know it's in here. Let's see. Because I saw, once again, something on the internet, as often I do. And what happened was, I saw something on the internet, and I thought, you know what I want to do? I want to do a song about it. Because I saw, let's see if I'm doing this right. This will be this one. This, right over here. Business Goose. The Chinese characters for penguin break out into the Chinese character for business and the Chinese character for goose. And I saw that and I just lost my damn mind. Because it's like, that is so silly. And I came up with the idea for the song, and I actually have recorded it. It's on my SoundCloud. We'll get a link to my SoundCloud near the end of this mess. Although if it's also in the description, if I wrote the description correctly. And I did record a 4-part harmony of me doing all 4 parts as a doo-wop song. I'm going to try and do this as a solo song and accompany myself on this green object, which currently has no name. Not yet, anyway. The brown waterproof ukulele is the otter. The shiny waterproof ukulele is a platypus. Because of course it is. This one doesn't have a name yet. I've only had it for a little while. So I'm going to try this. I want you to imagine, if you will, that there's 4 of me singing this. If you feel like singing along once I get the bass line going, enjoy. Because it goes, business goose. Business goose. Like that. Business goose. Business goose. Hard part. A penguin went swimming up to old Shanghai. He never had dim sum, thought he'd give it a try. Well, he brought himself a phrase book to help him along, but when he got there, he felt that something was wrong. Well, his eyes went spinning and his beak hung loose, 'cause in Mandarin his name translates to business goose. Yep, business goose. I don't get it. Business fizzle flip. Business goose. Here we go. His flippers felt heavy and his heart felt broke. He thought maybe them the phrasebook guys were making a joke. Well, he found himself a language school that spoke Penguin too, but what he learned there put him in more of a stew. They assured him that sorry sir, it was no use, but the literal translation of his name was business goose. I don't get it. Business goose. I wish I complained. Business goose. Seriously? Business goose. But Penguin ingenuity could save him the day, so he knuckled down and got himself an MBA. Now he's building his portfolio and selling his stock, and in Shanghai town he's known to make them big fellas rock. He waddles through town just like a big bull moose, and his business cards all say that his name is Business Goose. That's right, Business Goose. Absolutely, Business Goose. Expanding my portfolio, Business Goose. Mr. Business Goose. I think that actually works. I'd like to think that works. I hope it worked. I hope you enjoyed it. Business Goose. There is a 4-part Harmony 1 version of it up on my SoundCloud, which I will post a thing over here and in the description that's down there somewhere. Probably it's in this message. Now, having done that, we have come to what is the last song in this set. I usually do about 4 songs. It's usually about a 20-minute set with some falderall and some furniture on either end, because it's a podcast and I have this desperate desire to make this even vaguely professional-like. So, this last one is inspired by the same guy who inspired this one. That's from Cat's Cafe, which is a webcomic that's breathtakingly wholesome and really fun and warm and snuggly. And Cat's Cafe, you can find them on Facebook and Twitter and Reddit and Tumblr and all over the darn place. And they did this one. And I saw it and I went, you know, there needs to be a song. And then I wrote the song. Because what else am I going to do? This one is one that I wrote during something I can only refer to as my 70s rock phase. Because I got this one going. And it's like, you know what I need to do here is first of all, I need to find the dang notes for the song. There they are. I keep all my notes online, and I have to type in the name of the thing when I get there. But this is a rocker. Actually, my friend Izzy says it's surf rock or surf punk. I don't know. I grew up in the 70s and 80s, but look at me, for God's sakes. Like I'm going to know the difference between these genres. It does, however, give me the opportunity to do something that a lot of ukulele players use called chunking. Chunking is when you just hit the strings as a rhythm, and you hold the strings and mute them just so they don't play a chord. So it just goes. This is apparently a technique. I didn't know. But I do know that it starts in G. And we go, Kaiju. Kaiju coffee. Rising up from the deep. Kaiju. Kaiju coffee. Helps them not fall asleep from the depths of the sea to the city downtown. Kaiju gotta get up and start moving around. But that decades-long slumber is real hard to shake off. What they need is a gallon of that bubbly black stuff. Kaiju, Kerchunka, Kaiju coffee. Rising up from the deep. Kaiju, Kerchunka, Kaiju coffee. Helps them them not fall asleep. Just because you're a giant don't mean that you don't have needs. Sometimes some liquid ambition helps you perform great deeds. Gotta level the city first thing in the AM. You need a tank-sized latte to get you going again. Kaiju. Kaiju coffee, rising up from the deep. Kaiju. Kaiju coffee helps them not fall asleep. Giant robot use fuel, and man, a kaiju does too. You gotta have a big jolt from 10 gallons of brew. Kaiju cannot breathe fire if their stove isn't lit. Shotgun a macchiato when their flame will not quit. Kaiju. Kaiju coffee, rising up from the deep. Kaiju. Kaiju coffee helps them not fall asleep. Kaiju. Blackout Pyro, thank you for coming. I have no budget. We don't have those things here. But that would be the way you would end that show right there. That's like the light goes out and the car goes, Wah! Or like the three guys in the audience go, dang, he's all right. Okay, I like him. Yes. I'm sure I will be closing shows at state fairs and county festivals all over a very small part of Texas any day now with that song. And here we are. We have come once again to the conclusion. A little bruised, a little confused, tired, but fairly happy with the world. Yet another Tobias the Adequate Troubadork show. Thank you for hanging out with me. If y'all weren't watching me do this, I would not be doing this. Let's be honest about that. This is a reciprocal thing. The fact that y'all make comments over here and I can interact with them helps a lot. Because otherwise I'm just a guy in a room making noise at technology. Yeah, and we got plenty of people doing that. We live in a capitalistic society, so I've got a few things to go through. Bear with me. If you've heard it before, you probably just focus on something else while I'm doing it. But there's a couple of tip jars, PayPal and Venmo, back up there. No kaiju were harmed in making this coffee. That is correct. It's served to the kaiju. It's not made of the kaiju. PayPal.com/theadequate and Venmo @theadequate. I got Venmo because that's what you hip kids do these days. Eric, Robert, Rick, Emily, and Miranda have all thrown some bucks at me, and it's Eric's fault that I actually have a Venmo active. I'll tell you the story about that the next time I do Socially Emotionally Distant, because that actually paid for one of the ukuleles I have. Actually, two of the ukuleles, which is a whole other story, which I will also tell later on, so hang on to that. I have a small yet mighty Patreon crowd. I have no idea why. And I want to thank Alexi and Austin and Chris and Teppo and Shay and Linda and Ann and Stephen and Rob and Alicia and Relly and BK and Kaylee and Richard and John and Brian and Laureen, my editor for Artisanal Gibberish, I might add, for supporting adequacy in our lifetime. If you go to patreon.com/theadequate, you can sign up to throw money in the bucket about every month. And at various levels, there's various things. There's some buttons I still need to make, and I'm really sorry, but this past week has been nuts. The whole everything. There's there's ebooks, there's physical books. There's the $10 a month level is the You're So Darn Smart. You write a song where you tell me to write a song about a thing, and I do, and I perform it here. There's also the $2 a month thing is the world's cheapest ad budget. Paper Angel Press, who happens to be the publisher of the upcoming second edition of Artisanal Gibberish 1 and the new edition of Artisanal Gibberish Volume 2, which we will get sorted out as soon as our mails are actually communicating properly, and that will happen this year. And so I will happily advertise anything that you want me to advertise if you are $2 a month or higher Patreon peep. That way, you get previews of songs, you get some exclusive content, not a lot, I'm not that good at this. Really, this is, I have no idea why y'all support me, but I do my best to be worthy of it. I think that's really the bottom line. Archives are over at facebook.com and twitch.tv/TobiasTheAdequate. Twitch keeps 2 weeks worth of shows. Facebook has all the stuff because it's Facebook, and that's the Tobias the Adequate fan page. YouTube.com/MPLEGARE is caught up to last week. SoundCloud, like I mentioned, it has all my studio recordings, which is literally me and that microphone in this room. And I've been doing some podcast stuff. We just finished up in December Ask Philo, which was a 13-episode Q&A with Philo T. Headbecker Kneecap, Rednecromancer from northern southeast Texas. And we are working on one now, which involves the Institute for Irate Science. We have a department of mad, but it's not all mad. It's very carefully contained mad. And we'll be doing some briefings from them in a couple of weeks if all goes well. In the event you're curious about that particular project, hit me up on the book face, because I will send you information. And if you do not have contact information from me, if you don't use Facebook, you can contact me through any of the other channels, because I'm at The Adequate on Twitter, at The Adequate on Instagram. I am Tobias The Adequate now on TikTok. Yes, I have a TikTok. I am only a few decades behind everybody else. You can go to theadequate.com for all your adequacy needs and how to get in touch with me and all that cool stuff. And we'll see how that goes. Oh, yeah, I'm in a death metal band. It's called THUD Bukiit. Death metal you can laugh at. THUD Bukiit is available everywhere, including any music streaming service with music in its name. We're on Bandcamp. We are on Spotify. We're on YouTube. We have 2 videos out from our album, WTAF. That is my goofy mug in that picture. I still have the mask. I still have the clown nose. That is an actual clown nose that was not photoshopped in. It's been a fun and weird experiment. We've actually had sold at least 1 album, and we have fans in France, which is amazing to me. I'm amazed to have fans anywhere, honestly, but that's me and my friend Ron. It's death metal you can laugh at. Check that out, THUD Bukiit. It's spelled like that, no umlauts. I can't stress that enough. And that's pretty much everything. So, yeah. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Those of you who are here for the very first time, welcome. Those of you who are catching this on reruns, hi. I know I'm big in syndication, because 4:30 to 5 o'clock isn't an optimum viewing time for some folks. I know that. Y'all have lives. Spread the word. Like, share, rate, review, whatever. Come hang out with me, because without you, here I am, a voice crying out in the wilderness, Vox Clamatia in Deserto, as opposed to Vox Clamatia in Dessert Cart, which is a man screaming into a sheet cake. Clearly, that's enough out of me. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Be safe. Be sane. Have hope. Be prepared to get your fingernails dirty. You've been wonderful. I have been Tobias the Adequate. Thank you for encouraging my behavior, and I will talk to you